In every marriage lives a certain kind of silence, the kind born not from peace, but from distance. I used to wake up to laughter, to the smell of pancakes, to Lauren humming in the kitchen. Now every morning felt like walking through an abandoned house that someone still lived in. I poured her coffee. She scrolled through her phone. "Morning," I said, "we." She mumbled, not even looking up. I tried to convince myself it was just stress, deadlines, projects, life getting in the way. But deep down I knew it wasn't. Lauren Hale was no longer the woman I married 6 years ago. Back then she'd chase me barefoot in the rain, laughing. She'd dance in the grocery aisle when her favorite song came on. She used to look at me as if I were her entire world. Now I was just furniture, something that belonged but didn't matter. She was already walking toward something better. We met in college. I studied architecture, she majored in marketing. I fell in love with her ambition, the way her eyes lit up when she talked about the future. I wanted to build that future with her, but somewhere along the way, she stopped seeing me as part of that dream. Maybe it started when she got promoted at that glossy downtown firm. Suddenly, our dinners became my lonely evenings. Our weekends became her business trips. I told myself to trust her. Love is built on trust, right? But trust can't survive when someone starts hiding their smiles and rewriting their schedule. The first red flag came on a random Wednesday night. She came home late, hair a little undone, lipstick smudged just enough to notice. "Long meeting," she said, kicking off her heels. "With who?" She hesitated half a second too long. "You know, the Cole Matthews team." "As usual." That was the first time I heard his name. Cole Matthews. At first, I didn't think much of it. But soon, he was in every story. "Cole said this. Cole helped me with that." She smiled when she said his name, a soft, carefree smile I hadn't seen in months. That's when I started noticing the little things, how she never let go of her phone, how she laughed quietly at messages, how she turned away when I entered the room. I remember one night, she came out of the shower wrapped in a towel, phone pressed to her ear. She didn't see me standing by the door when she whispered, "I can't talk right now, he's home." Something inside me cracked. Not loudly, not violently, just a faint snap, like a string breaking in a dark room. From that day on, I played along. I kissed her goodbye, wished her fun on girls' nights, smiled when she said she was too tired. Behind that calm face, I collected evidence, dates, messages, places. And when it all came together, I didn't explode. I planned. See, I'm not the shouting type. I build things, and when something breaks, I rebuild it better. But this time, I wasn't building for us. I was building her fall. So when one evening she stepped out in her black dress and said, "Don't wait up, I might crash at a friend's," I didn't argue. I simply said, "Perfect." She smiled, thinking she'd gotten away with it again. But she didn't know I'd already called the movers that afternoon. Every piece of her life, clothes, shoes, designer bags, even that framed photo she once called her favorite memory, was packed and sent to one address, Cole Matthews, Downtown Loft 11B. That wasn't a mistake. It was a message. 10 minutes later, my phone rang. Her name lit up the screen. The game was over. I let it buzz twice before answering. "Ryan, what did you mean by that message?" Her voice was breathless, half panic. I could hear the city noise behind her, a car door, maybe her heels clicking on the pavement. "Exactly what I said. I sent your things to your friend. You said you'd be staying there, remember?" She gasped. "Ryan, stop joking. What friend are you talking about? Where did you send them?" I leaned back on the couch, watching the rain streak down the window. The one who texts you after midnight. The one who calls you old man when you think I'm asleep. Silence stretched so long I could hear her trembling through the line. You went through my phone. I smirked to myself. No. You just left your laptop open. Last week. His name was right there, under your last video call. Ryan, please. You should be thanking me, I cut in softly. At least now, you don't have to sneak around anymore. Somewhere in the distance, an engine roared, followed by the unmistakable sound of her crying. You don't understand. It's not what you think. I just needed someone to talk to. I closed my eyes, remembering all the nights I waited for her at dinner, food growing cold, the cheap perfume of guilt clinging to her when she came home. You talked to him in hotel rooms, I said quietly. You called him when you were supposed to be with your mom. You used our anniversary weekend for your little escape. So yeah, I understand plenty. Her voice broke. Ryan, I made a mistake. It meant nothing. You mean everything to me. I just got lost. I laughed bitterly. You're not lost, Lauren. You just took the easy road. Excitement without consequence. Now you're standing in the wreckage you built. Please, she whispered. Don't throw away 6 years. I looked at our wedding photo on the mantel. Her smile so bright, so real. I'm not throwing anything away, I said. I'm cleaning up what's left. She sobbed. Then quieter. Where am I supposed to go tonight? That question said it all. Panic over losing comfort, not love. Ask your friend, I said, and hung up. Thunder rolled outside. My heartbeat was steady, every thud a nail sealing the coffin of what we used to be. I felt relief. Heavy, quiet relief after months of denial. Love doesn't disappear all at once. It bleeds out slowly, one betrayal at a time. I thought of her sleepy smile when she stole my t-shirts, the way her head fit perfectly on my shoulder. Somewhere beneath all those lies, that version of her still existed. But she wasn't coming back. I opened my email and hit send on the draft I'd kept for weeks. It was addressed to her boss, HR, and most importantly, Cole Matthews. Attached, photos, screenshots, detailed reports of their business trips. No insults, no rage, just facts. Because calm truth cuts deeper than anger. By morning, my phone was buzzing non-stop. Friends, co-workers, even her sister. Ryan, I just heard. Most ended with awkward apologies or quiet disbelief. Lauren didn't come home. She tried going to Cole's place, only to find her things neatly stacked by the door, next to his girlfriend. Turns out, the man she risked everything for was already cheating on her. I watched the sunrise from my porch. For the first time in months, I could breathe. She called again around 8 a.m. I didn't answer. Instead, I texted, "Start over, Lauren. Just not with me." Then I blocked her number. That day, I took off my wedding ring and placed it next to her old coffee mug, not out of anger, but as a reminder. Trust, once broken, can't be rebuilt with tears or excuses. Revenge doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes, it's just walking away with dignity while the person who betrayed you faces the silence they created. And for Lauren Hale, that silence lasted a lifetime.